Gino. Welcome to Gino's. Ciao, Bella.
Hi, welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're here today in Monroe, Louisiana at Geno's Italian Restaurant, and I'm with Mrs. Phyllis Jean Bruscato, who I also want to say is my aunt and my godmother.
My good godson, como sta?
Godmother.
Bella bellissimo.
Bella bellissimo.
Welcome to Gino's.
And welcome to the show, godmother. Fill me in, godmother. Geno's opened in
1964, September. Daddy, mother, Philip and I, my brother Frank. We've been working here ever since. Of course, now John too. We've all worked here like you, Charles. You worked here over the years too, growing up when you spend the summers with us. Everybody would tell Daddy, because he cooked so many meals for the Knights of Columbus when they were doing fundraisers around Monroe for all the schools and churches. And they would all tell, Geno, why don't you open up a restaurant? So they all talked him into doing that, and so he did eventually. And we've been here 56 years. Thank the good Lord, our family and friends. We've had great business, and we're real proud, and life has been good.
Tell me about the beginning. It's August 1964.
Daddy packed us all up, and we go to New Orleans. We go to Terramina's, and he loved to shop at Terramina's. They had a big wholesale house there, and he brought the tomato sauce and paste, caponata, different things back to cook with, to prepare his dishes with, because you couldn't get it all around Monroe. Of course, now you can. But back then, it was very rare to get anything like that. And Genoa salami and all the Italian breads. And of course, we went to Brocato's, got spumoni and canolas. And Liedenheimer's got the muffaletta bread. And oh, all those wonderful different pastries. And he brought it back to Monroe, and we opened up. We started serving. A lot of famous people have came through here, and well, for Louisiana they're famous, like Terry Bradshaw when he was at Louisiana Tech. Mary Napoli when she was Miss America, because we used to have some of the pageant parties here back then on our patio. And of course we've had Governor McKeithen, and a lot of the governors have been through here. Edwards. Nungesser, the lieutenant governor, was here the other day presenting us with a wonderful award that my good godson set up for us.
So I didn't know this was the first homemade lasagna?
Well,
was here?
No, not the first homemade.
Well,
But we had the best.
The best. Okay.
We got people from Dallas, believe it or not, drive over here and get lasagna, then turn around and go right back.
Now, therefore, I, Billy Nungesser, by the authority vested in me as Lieutenant Governor of the state of Louisiana, do hereby honor and recognize Geno's Italian Restaurant for proudly being Monroe's Love at First Bite for over 50 years.
I understand the Duck Dynasty people eat here?
Oh, very nice. The Duck people are so nice. And let me tell you, when they all sit around the table with their family, they do not touch any of their food until they've all said their prayers. And I see all that coming back so good now. People are praying. When Daddy first opened up, I saw a lot of people say their prayers before their meal, and then it died down over the years. But now the way the world is, I see people praying again, which is a good thing. And they're all praying and saying prayers even at lunch before they start their lunch, and at night at dinner time. But we thank the good Lord. We've had good families and good friends that have traded with us over the years, and that means a whole lot for 56 years.
Geno, wonderful place, Monroe, Louisiana. The Italian capital of central Louisiana.
Tell us about the patio.
Well, the patio, Daddy always loved outdoors too. He loved to hunt and fish. And so naturally he wanted a nice patio out here. Many people have told him over the years to cover it, but he said, no, we want to keep that open. Look up at the sky and look up at our Lord. The front room, when Daddy first opened up, was a little delicatessen. And when he brought everything back from New Orleans, different items he put in the front, like imported Genoa salami and all, things you couldn't get around Monroe. And then gradually it got so busy up there, we didn't have enough family members to run it. So we closed it, we made it a dining room, and then another little smaller dining room. And then of course we have the 3 dining rooms next door now. We converted Mother and Dad's home, and we've had many weddings and rehearsal suppers and family reunions, and ULM had even had honors parties there. And we've had a lot of good family get-togethers over there, and all our class reunions have been over there.
When you come in, Geno's, you really get a taste of history.
Yes, a lot of family photos are everywhere. My sister B used to say I had too many. She said, do you have any photos that are not in a frame? Because I love to display them, and I put them all in frames. I have a lot of paraphernalia from St. Matthews, like Daddy's portrait of the first football team from St. Matthews, and I have when we won the state champs basketball team. And of course, when Daddy and Mother first went there, though, it was St. Hyacinth's Academy. And then it turned over to St. Matthews, and then of course St. Frederick's. So Daddy's raised a lot of money over the years here with the Knights of Columbus because he was a Grand Knight for all the parishes and schools and churches when back in the old days when they were raising money to add on different rooms and gymnasiums, football fields, different things. So he's always did that kind of work. And he'd have the whole Knights of Columbus in that kitchen cooking. And they would stay up all night. And while they were checking on he would barbecue back then and make dirty rice. And while they were doing that, he would have an all-night poker game going. Those are some experiences because we had to clean up.
Tell me about Uncle Frank.
Well, Frank retired from the Army after 25 years, and he's a good chef just like Daddy. He loves to cook, and he's made a bunch of different unusual sauces that he's come up with, like the crawfish Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo. Oh, just some real unusual dishes. And so we have, elaborated a little on the menu.
What are some of the things people love on the menu?
Oh, our lasagna is the famous one. And of course, they love the spaghetti and meatballs and our minestrone soup and our Italian salad that Mother always made the homemade dressing for. And we continue to do that.
You yourself are involved a lot with St. Matthew's Cemetery.
Yes.
Tell me that.
Well, I love the cemetery because all our family and all our ancestors go way back are buried there. And I get pleasure in going there. We try to keep the graves up. And we still have Blessing of the Graves on All Souls Day. It's comforting to go there and visit them. And one thing about it, when you visit, no one talks back. Like Monsignor LaRoche said, it's a lot of activity that goes on at that cemetery. People wouldn't believe, over the different plots and who's going to be where and what. We used to have some good talks about that.
How did the Sicilian community get to Monroe?
Well, a lot of them, they came in at New Orleans. And they gradually worked their way down up to different areas around North Louisiana, working in the sugar mills. Then they saved their money and opened up these little grocery stores, and they all had the grocery stores just about in the same area, which is now the Civic Center around Oak Street. My grandparents, the Monaco family, had a grocery store, as well as my grandparents on the Bruscato side.
There's so many great people that I meet that seem to come up to you and say, oh yeah, I worked at Geno's when I was going to school.
Oh yeah, so many of them. We've had hundreds of students that have worked here over the years, and some of them now are doctors, attorneys, accountants, just wonderful family people too. I've got wonderful kids, and their kids come in here and tell me stories their dad told them or their mom told them about working here.
Tell me, what is it like been working at Geno's and Phyllis and Frank?
Well, it's been pretty much like a big welcoming environment. Like, you quickly become a part of the family. You learn a lot of crazy things, both about how to treat people, how things work in the food industry, but also how things work as seeing people as people. And you learn a lot of life lessons I would have never realized. Like, Mr. Frank gives a chance to everybody. He doesn't see you as what you might have done, but what you can do. And with Miss Phyllis, I feel like she really embodies what it takes to create a small town feel. She knows so many people in Monroe, and if she doesn't know you yet, she will know you by the end of the conversation. I believe September will make my 3rd year here at Geno's. I started working here when I moved up to Monroe for college. I only knew about 2 or 3 other people, and Geno's definitely helped make Monroe a home for me. We have quite a bit of regulars who used to work here, both at lunchtime and at dinner time, that come in. Like Mr. Frank's son, John, he has his specialty that we call the Bruscato special, and it's a mozzarella cheese bread topped with our homemade olive mix. We have people who come in for their first dates, and for me as a server, that's definitely a very fun part of my job because I get to tell them the backstory about us. And I tell them that a lot of people here have made memories, and it's fun to kind of see where we fit into both their memories and their love story. And I have one couple who they had their first date in our first booth inside, and he actually came back and proposed in that same first booth.
Judy Hilton. Geno's is very romantic. The red seats, it's old Italian, and the music with Geno and Frank. There's nobody that's more romantic than that. And so my husband and I come here on our anniversary, and we always like to kind of snuggle when we're here, and we like to show our love, like the food is a way to show your love, like love at first bite, love at first sight.
Montez Fairchild. This is one of several birthdays that I've celebrated at Geno's. I love the food. I love the people. I love being sung to in Italian, sing happy birthday to me. And it's just a very pleasant experience. We come here not only for birthdays, but for just any days, anytime, any opportunity that we get.
Geno's! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to Geno's!
My name is Kaylee Mobley. I drive 30 minutes from Bastrop to Monroe to eat at Geno's. It's my favorite Italian restaurant. I will say if it's your first time, you have to get the cheesy bread and the chicken Alfredo. Those are the best. For the second time eating, I would get the lasagna or spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, she said you've been coming here 50 years.
At least. I don't know how long.
Hi, I'm Beth Romig. Grew up in El Dorado, went to Louisiana Tech, love Geno's cheesy bread. It's the best. Lasagna is awesome. The best ever.
And you're going there soon?
Yes! Thanksgiving weekend. I will be there. Geno's.
I'm here at Cat Island behind, in front of the 1,000-year-old cypress tree, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Geno's after eating the lasagna up there a few years back. It was fabulous. All the greatest wishes to you all.
Godmother, I want to thank you for a great interview, and it's such a great honor to be part of the Bruscato family, what my grandfather and you and Uncle Philip and Uncle Frank have done. And John, I mean, you've kept this legacy in Monroe. It's just a great institution. So if people want to know more about how to get to Geno's, you have a website?
Oh yes, just look up Geno's Italian Restaurant on the internet. We're there.
All right. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating
Ciao.
Culture. Of all the people that have been here that have worked with bussing tables and all, who was the best?
You were really good, godson.
There you go. I was the best.
And I got a good nephew, John, that worked hard here too.
That was better, huh?
Yeah. Y'all were both first class.
All right.
You think this is on?
It's on now. You know, when it's green, it's on.
Yeah.
Just say I messed up and keep going.
Okay. All right. Here we're going to go. This is take two. All right.
My favorite monster truck is Hot Wheel monster truck.
I love Hot Wheels.
Me too. And my favorite is Hot Wheels monster trucks and Hot Wheels. And the end.
Perfect. The end. I love it.